Greetings, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to today's edition of Breed T-Post, where I take old stories I've narrated and updated into modern audio standards. This particular story is called The Last Meeting, written by AltCipher. The lights were too bright. The air smelled artificial. The people were clustered around something. "It's time we should be going," came a deep rolling baritone behind him. He turned. "Oh," he said, "it's you." He faced a tall being in a black robe, its face lost in the darkness of the hood. The towering figure stood no more than a couple steps away. "Yes," the hooded figure said, "it's me. Now we must be off." "I never understood why you would have a slightly British accent," he said. "I mean, are you from Britain?" "I existed before the world," the hooded figure said. "Britain did not come along until much later." "So why the accent?" "It is what you expected," the hooded figure said. "Some kind of customer service thing. If I had expected a small pink unicorn, then you would see a small pink unicorn," the hooded figure said. "As it is, you expected an 8-foot-tall skeleton with a black robe and a deep baritone voice and a slightly British accent." "What's the oddest one?" "Oddest? Yeah," he said. "What's the weirdest thing that you had to show up as?" "We do not have time for this," the hooded figure said. "I beg to differ," he said. "I now have all the time in eternity. What's the harm in a chat?" "I do not care for the way you said that," the hooded figure said. "What? Chat? Yes," the hooded figure said. "It seemed defiant, disrespectful." "Surely I am not the first person who was less than thrilled with all of this," he said. "Of course not," the hooded figure said. "But manners cost nothing." "Manners? Really? That's what you want to talk about? Well, how about you leave and announce yourself before intruding on my time? Wouldn't that be the polite thing to do?" "That is not the way of things," the hooded figure said. "My duties supersede politeness. I do not wait to be invited, nor do I await your convenience." "Well," he said, "at least we're past pretending manners matter." The room was bustling. Electronic tones whined out of their problems. Orders were shouted from one person to the next. Tools and instruments were placed and used in the blink of an eye, but it all seemed a million miles away. "I don't suppose it would do any good to appeal to your humanity," he said. "I'm not human," the hooded figure said. "I have existed long before humans and shall remain long after them. I have no humanity to which you may appeal." "Bargaining. Seems like I remember something about bargains or contests," he said. "If I defeat you, then you have to leave me alone. For a while, at least. Metaphors and fairy tales," the hooded figure said. "Nothing more." "I figured you were a metaphor, honestly," he said. "Why shouldn't the rest of you be true as well?" "A fair question," the hooded figure said, "but not true, unfortunately." He watched the room with bright lights and rushing people for a moment. "This isn't the first time we've met, is it?" he asked. "No, it is not." He paused for a moment. "What's it been? At least 15 years? "Approximately that," the hooded figure said. "It's funny," he said. "I didn't remember that until just now. You'd have imagined it's a thing I could never forget." "You people have remarkable faculty for expunging the uncomfortable," the hooded figure said. "Your minds automatically seal away those things that they cannot grasp." "Mostly," he said. "Some people have to live with the horrors in their own minds." "True enough," the hooded figure said. "And you see how it affects them. So back then, all those years ago," he said, "what happened? Why did you leave me here?" The hooded figure did not answer. "Was it something embarrassing?" he asked. "Is that why you won't tell me?" "If you do not remember, I cannot tell you," the hooded figure said. "Well, that seems awfully convenient for you." "We all live by rules," the hooded figure said. "Funny choice of words," he said. "I speak to be understood, not to entertain," the hooded figure said. "It is time." "What happens now?" "Come with me," the hooded figure said, raising one bony arm dripped in a thick black fabric. "One cannot be told, only shown." He reached up to take the hand, feeling a cool breeze wash over him. As he touched the fabric, 1,000 things happened at once. He grabbed the fabric and pulled hard, with everything he had. The sudden force unbalanced the hooded figure momentarily, just enough for him to latch onto and pull the giant to the ground. They both went down in a heap and tangled of limbs. He was up first as the hooded figure struggled to right itself under the heaved robe. He launched and kicked into the undefined mass of writhing black fabric at his feet. He felt his foot connect and a stab of pain shoot up his leg. He didn't care. He threw kick after kick at the shape on the ground. When his legs were too worn out to be effective, he began raining down blows with his fists. He felt his fingers go numb. He felt his arms rattle with each impact. Still, he did not care. When all his rage had been spent, he knelt down and picked up the prostrate form by the thick wooden collar. "Did you think I'd give up? Did you think that I would go quietly? Did you?" "You did not go quietly last time," the hooded figure rasped. "What?" His hands still bled, his legs still shook, his lungs still burned. But all he could think of was the words of the hooded figure. "We have met before," the hooded figure said. "A few times I was close to you, but you turned away at the last moment. There was another time, like this one, where we met and talked. It was 16 years ago, wasn't it? It was like this." "Roughly, yes," the hooded figure said. He dropped the well-wrapped bag of bones and sank back to his knees, then collapsed onto his bottom. "How did I not remember? Your kind don't. What does that mean? Are you trying to be cryptic, or you just suck at communication?" "It means," the hooded figure said, "that I will eventually meet every one of your people for the last time. But some I meet several times before the last time. You are one of those. Your minds cannot hold that memory, I suppose, for none of you have ever recognized me that second time. Perhaps it is some sort of defense." "Tell me about these others," he said, hushed and curious instead of riotous and rage-fueled. "The ones that meet you multiple times." "The hooded figure said, "they only have one thing in common that I've ever found. Otherwise, they are from every region, across every era, rich and poor, young and old, man and woman, brave and scared. There is no other commonality. And what is that commonality?" "They fight," the hooded figure said. "They fight until they are so exhausted they cannot move. And yet they fight on. They are defined by the fight within them. They fight it as all they have left, but they will give every bit of it." "But no one can fight forever," he said. "No," the hooded figure said. "I do eventually win, but it may be quite some time. You and your kind must win every match, while I only have to win once. Each of you will eventually lose to me." He stood up, pulling himself to his feet, feeling the rage still burning inside of him. "Yeah, that may be," he said, as he ambled over to the hooded figure still lying quietly. "But today isn't your win, arsehole," he said. He brought a huge foot crashing down in the center of the cowl, hearing bones crunch and deform under him. He felt 1,000 knives shoot up his foot as he stomped. But he did not care. He would lose the fight eventually, he knew that. But not today, and not now. Here and now, this was his win. End of story. I'd greatly like to thank our Tier 5 channel members, Casper Arnholtz, John Creighton, Manatharia, 050, Dragzoon WRE, and Elijah Silvercross. Thank you very much.